Welcome to the Enchanted Archives, where myths, legends, and ancient mysteries come to life. Werewolves, how ancient folklore shaped modern monster movies. The figure of the werewolf has fascinated humanity for centuries, evolving from a terrifying creature of folklore into a staple of modern horror. Rooted in ancient myths and medieval superstitions, werewolves symbolize the battle between civilization and primal instincts. Today, the werewolf has become a metaphor for personal struggle, transformation, and the fight to control one's darker side. In this video, we'll explore the origins of werewolf lore and how these ancient stories have influenced modern cinema and culture. The concept of shape-shifting into a wolf is found across many cultures, where wolves often symbolize both power and fear. Some of the earliest stories of werewolves come from ancient Greek and Roman myths. The Greek legend of King Lycaon provides one of the first recorded werewolf myths. According to the myth, Lycaon tried to deceive Zeus by serving him a meal made of human flesh. As punishment, Zeus transformed Lycaon into a wolf, giving rise to the term lycanthropy, which refers to the supernatural ability to transform into a wolf. In Norse mythology, warriors known as berserkers wore animal pelts, believing they could channel the ferocity of wolves and bears in battle. While not true werewolves, these warriors blurred the line between human and beast, reinforcing the idea that violent instincts lie just beneath the surface of humanity. During the Middle Ages, werewolves became associated with sin and witchcraft. Fear of werewolves spread across Europe, with the church condemning alleged shapeshifters as agents of the devil. Similar to the witch trials, many werewolf trials took place, with individuals tortured and executed for supposedly transforming into wolves. Werewolves are unique among mythical creatures because they embody a dual nature, the struggle between humanity and animal instinct. This conflict resonates deeply with audiences, symbolizing the darker aspects of human nature. The werewolf is often seen as a metaphor for losing control over one's actions. Transforming into a wolf represents the unleashing of violent impulses, lust, or rage, urges that civilized society seeks to repress. This internal battle makes the werewolf a compelling figure for exploring personal struggles and psychological conflict. The association between werewolves and the full moon reflects humanity's fascination with cycles of change. The moon's phases symbolize transformation and the inevitability of hidden desires surfacing. In modern werewolf stories, the full moon serves as a reminder that we cannot completely suppress our primal instincts. The werewolf legend found new life in 19th century Gothic literature, where stories explored themes of fear, guilt, and inner conflict. While not all stories featured literal werewolves, many dealt with the concept of duality, as seen in The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The transformation of Dr. Jekyll into the monstrous Hyde laid the foundation for later werewolf narratives, emphasizing the struggle between the civilized self and the beast within. The arrival of cinema in the early 20th century introduced werewolves to a new audience. Over time, filmmakers refined the mythology, turning the werewolf into a tragic figure struggling with a curse beyond his control. The 1941 classic The Wolfman shaped much of what we associate with werewolves today. In the film, Lon Chaney Jr. plays Lawrence Talbot, a man bitten by a wolf who becomes cursed to transform with each full moon. Talbot's transformation is portrayed as both terrifying and tragic, setting a precedent for werewolf stories that blend horror with themes of guilt and redemption. The Wolfman also introduced key tropes like silver bullets and the full moon as triggers for transformation. In the 1980s, werewolf films saw a resurgence, with groundbreaking special effects taking center stage. Movies like An American Werewolf in London and The Howling showcased the physical agony of transformation in gruesome detail, emphasizing the horror of becoming a monster. These films also blended horror with dark humor, making them both terrifying and entertaining. On the lighter side, films like Teen Wolf, 1985, used the werewolf myth as a metaphor for adolescence, portraying transformation as a coming-of-age experience. This combination of horror, humor, and metaphor ensured the werewolf's place in popular culture. In recent years, the werewolf myth has evolved to reflect contemporary themes of identity, acceptance, and community. Werewolves are no longer depicted solely as cursed monsters but also as individuals grappling with their dual nature. The character of Remus Lupin from the Harry Potter series offers a modern take on the werewolf. Lupin's lycanthropy serves as a metaphor for living with a stigmatized condition. His struggle to control his transformations and the prejudice he faces reflect real-world issues of marginalization, adding depth to the werewolf myth. In the Twilight Saga, werewolves are reimagined as protectors rather than predators. The Quileute tribe's shapeshifters serve as guardians of their community, challenging traditional depictions of werewolves as inherently evil. These werewolves represent loyalty, family, and the power of choice. The Teen Wolf television series explores the complexities of balancing human and wolf instincts, Characters learn to embrace their transformations and use their powers for good, emphasizing themes of self-acceptance and personal growth. This shift reflects changing cultural attitudes, portraying werewolves not as monsters, but as empowered individuals navigating their identities. Despite the changes in storytelling, modern werewolf films and television shows remain deeply connected to their ancient roots. The fears explored in early myths, loss of control, punishment for sin, and the struggle between good and evil, continue to resonate with audiences today. Werewolves remain a powerful metaphor for personal transformation, inner conflict, and the battle to reconcile human nature with primal instincts. The evolution of the werewolf from ancient folklore to modern monster movies reflects humanity's enduring fascination with transformation and duality. Whether depicted as cursed beings, misunderstood heroes, or symbols of empowerment, werewolves continue to capture the imagination. Their stories allow us to explore our fears, confront our darker impulses, and reflect on the complexities of identity. As long as we grapple with questions of control, acceptance, and self-discovery, the werewolf will remain a timeless figure in both folklore and popular culture. From the cursed bite of the past to the empowered transformations of today, the werewolf has cemented its place as one of the most enduring and versatile creatures in the world of myth and cinema.